Are the bars in Thailand and Pattaya open for business? In this video, we discuss whether bars are open for business in Thailand and especially Bangkok, Phuket, and Pattaya. If this is your first time on the channel or you have returned and like the content, then can I ask you to please like, share and subscribe. It really does help me, and the channel. Oh yeah, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss out on upcoming videos. And if you are interested in some cool links, then check them out in the description box below. Or are you looking for some merchandise, t-shirts etc., then visit my store and check out what I've got to offer. Throughout the lockdowns and the pandemic, bar owners and the staff they employ have paid a heavy price in regard to loss of business and wages. Throughout that time, some angry bar and restaurant owners have sat by idly and allowed their businesses to go under. Claiming little to no financial support from the government and citing the late night and last minute announcement of restrictions, restaurant and bar owners have been at a tipping point, especially those who own nightlife venues, which have been shut, and are unaware when they will reopen. But some have turned to civil disobedience. They have opened in defiance from the powers to be. If 7-Eleven stores and shopping malls can open, I cannot see why we can't, say some bar owners. The risks are all the same. Thailand is normally a place where logic does not come into it, but many things about this pandemic defy logic. Restaurants in designated tourist provinces are now allowed to serve alcohol up until 9 p.m. What does this mean for bars? Bars and nightclubs have not been able to open for many months, but many, if not all, have been able to operate as restaurants or eateries, if they obtained the relevant licenses. This means that many of our beloved watering holes can open at almost full capacity again, with only slight restrictions on opening hours until 11 p.m. So, in essence, that means if you are a night owl and like to stay out all night, your choices are limited. I'm not going to say that there isn't anywhere to go after 11 p.m., because after all, this is Thailand, and if you ask the right people, you will find somewhere for your late night adventures. But for a great majority of drinkers in Thailand, it just means you need to change your drinking habits and start and finish a little earlier. I recently had a friend who visited Thailand for 3 weeks of partying, and he told me that the party scene was vibrant everywhere he went. Although nowhere as busy as a couple of years ago, he told me that Phuket, Bangkok and Pattaya was a lot of fun, and he had no problems whatsoever of finding a good bar, and the women were as friendly as ever. Phuket has many bars around the Bangla Road precinct that are fairly busy. I have heard a whisper that the famous After Hours bar on top of the hill between Patong and Karen is back in action. This place was crazy for the night owls back in the day. Bangkok is a huge city, so there are many bars around that you can visit. After hours, just ask a taxi driver and you will find somewhere to go. Soy Cowboy is starting to come back to life, so that might be worth a visit. In Pattaya, there are many bars open for business. Although Walking Street is still quiet, there is a bit of action there. Most of the action is now in the area surrounding Soy Cowboy. LK Metro is busy with most bars turning a good trade. Soy Honey is also fairly busy. A relatively new area called Tree Town is also busy and has a fun atmosphere. Pattaya is a mecca for golf, and the golf bars are still operating. Ask around, and if you want a game of golf, check out the Links Bar on Soy Cowboy. Businesses in Thailand have urged the government to lift all restrictions on alcohol sales as the country reopens to tourists, warning the measures are destroying its famous nightlife, and risk deterring visitors. But, In my opinion, if you are wanting to go back to Thailand for a good time, as long as you satisfy all the visa requirements, you will find a beer and company. It's been a crazy time in the world's history, and I'm sure those that have been to Thailand before are bored and want to go back for a visit. Go for it. The people of Thailand are waiting for you.